right, hey guys, Scott here for the Mental Metal channel and mentalmetaldetecting.com. And today we're going to do a video on the Nokta Legend. I've had a lot of people ask me if I would redo the coin setup video that I did many moons ago for version, I think 1.09. It could have been 1.11. It's all a blur. It's been so long. And so I said I would be more than happy to do it again, walk you guys through the setup. I think what I'm going to do in this video, for some people that just want a refresher and make sure that the setup is the same, I'm just going to walk through the settings, show you what they are, and then for people who have never had to set up a coin program before, like my program before, I will actually walk you through it. All right, so we'll take you through, just run through it real quick with the settings, and then I'll actually step through it, step by step, and show you how to do it. So you'll get a twofer for one here. All right, so let's just go into it real quick here. Right now I have the Park program highlighted. That is the program I recommend setting the coin program up in, and that's what I have it set up in right now. I'm also on one of my profiles. I have my coin program saved off in profile 3. I don't know if you can see it up here in the corner. And what you want to do here, and I'm just going to come out of this a little bit, and let's just get out of this. So to get into the program itself and to see what I've done to it and how I've set it up, hit your settings bar or button, and you'll typically start over here on the left. My recovery speed is 5. I leave it at 5 unless I need to change it, unless I get in some really tough situations, and then I can raise it up or lower it down if I want to increase a little bit of my depth. My volume, I have it set for 6 right now. You will notice in here as well, my sensitivity is way down in the garage because it's really going to be chirping loud and nasty if I turn it up. So I've turned that way down. So just keep that in mind. If you mess with that, turn it down. You want to turn that back up when you get out in the field. I've always forget to do it within the first 10-15 minutes. So just something, if you're inside testing this out, make sure you raise up your sensitivity and go back outside. So back into the settings menu here. This is where most of the meat of the program sits. It's inside the speaker with the music note. If you arrow up, it puts you into this secondary menu. What I want to do is highlight the Rocky's creating some havoc over there. This is your number of tones. I set my program up to have 6 tones, so it will not work unless you use 6 tones. So you have to use 6 tones for this coin setup. And if I scroll over, this is going to be the volume I'm going to set up for each of my tone breaks. I always set up my tone breaks first, and that's the icon for the tone breaks. People call them tone bins, tone breaks, tone buckets. I go between buckets and bins and breaks. It just, interchangeably. So how I have this thing set up right now is if you go in, you arrow up 1 to get into the tone breaks themselves. Scroll all the way to the beginning. So you're up here. Your first tone bucket or tone bin is going to be from 1 to 10, all right? Now, if you scroll over, your second one is going to be from 11 to 23. And I'm just walking through this so you guys can walk through this with your program. If you have it on, you can check everything. The third tone bin or bucket is 24 to 27. That is your nickel range. Your next tone break 4 is going to be from 28 to 37. There's a lot of junk targets in that range, and so it's a very small range as well, 28 to 37. Your next one's going to be tone break number 5. It's going to be 38 to 50. And then your final one, which you can't see or can't do, is going to be from, or do anything to it, is from 50 to 60. So you can't mess with that last tone break, obviously. It's just the way it is. So now, if you want to go back out of this little 1 notch and click your pinpoint button, and then you scroll back to your, what I call the pitch of the tones, and you scroll up. Your tone break number 1 is going to have an iron or a very low pitch. It's going to be a 1. It's going to sound really low. All right, so we scroll over. Our second tone break pitch is going to be 3. Fourth is going to be 25, so we're getting up there a little louder because remember, tone break 3 is our nickel range. We want that to ring a little louder, or not a little louder, a little higher in pitch is what I meant to say. Your tone break number 4 is where, like I mentioned, it was going to be from a lot of junk targets fall between 28 and 37. That's exactly what this range is. And so I like to lower the pitch so it sounds like a low grunt. And your next one, your tone break number 5, is going to be a higher pitch. So I raise it to 30, and I do the same thing for your last tone break, which is tone break 6, and I make that 30 as well. All right, so then we back out and we go over one more. Again, this is you're picking your volume of each of the tone breaks. So for tone break number 1, my volume is 1. I don't want to hear it that much. Tone break number 2 is actually 2. Again, I don't want to hear that range very much either. Tone break 3 is your nickels again. I do want to hear that as loud as I can, so I make that 10. 4 is going to be your tone break 4 for junk. I have written down that I usually use 3. I think for this setup I put it to 6. But if you want it to not be so loud, you can drop this down a little bit to about 3. And then obviously 5 is going to be loud. It's at 10 maxed out. And then so is your last tone break of 6. Or tone break 6 is going to be 10. So that's really it in a nutshell as far as the coin program goes. So the other thing I do have set up in here, if we go back to our, go back one. If we go into our recovery speed and we hit our pinpoint button, I have my IF, iron filter, set at 4. My S stabilizer is at 5. And I don't have anything for bottle caps. I can add some bottle cap if I want to, but I usually don't start out with that. And my whatever that one, I can't remember what that setting is, but I have it set at 0. And I don't have any DTI right now. I have found that raising that up to like 2 does benefit you, so you may want to take note and try that at 2 and see if that will do better for you. All right. And that's it. That is the coin program in a nutshell, just walking through it. Now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go into a search profile that doesn't have anything saved in it. I'm going to walk you through how to do this. All right, so bear with me. We're going to go over to we're going to get out of here, hit the pinpoint button. We're going to go all the way over to our little figure here, up arrow. And right now I said I'm in profile 3. I don't want to be in profile 3. I want to be in another one that doesn't have anything saved in the body of that little icon there. So now we're in profile 4. I have nothing in there at all. I can go ahead and start messing around with the settings. So, and right now if you go back out of here, you'll see my sensitivity's up to 25. So we're going to lower that to make this a little bit less chatty. Break down 2 bars. All right. So I'm in park. I'm still in the park mode. I want to go into my settings, and like I said before, you can either set up your recovery speed here. You can also go into your iron filter, which I mentioned earlier. I have mine set at 4. I have this at 2. I think I had it at 2. No, I had it at 5. I think. Yeah. I didn't have any bottle cap. Nothing for that. And then I have my DTI, I changed to 2. Okay? So that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to hit my pinpoint button again to get out of here, and then scroll over to your speaker with the music notes. You're gonna arrow up, and now we're going to go all the way over to the tone breaks, because I want to do those first. When you do those first, then everything else kind of falls in. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the first one. So the first one is at 1 to 10. So right now, by default, it is at 1 to 10, so I'm going to leave that one alone. So my next one, if I scroll over to 2, I must have screwed something up. I didn't do one thing. You should have caught me on that. We got to get out of here. The first thing you need to do, besides setting your recovery speed, IF, and all that other stuff under the recovery speed, you got to set your tone, number of tones, otherwise you can't do it. So we need to change this to 6. So all right, so we've changed the tones to 6. Now we can go over to our tone breaks. Go up. The first one is from 1 to 10. Our second one is from 10 to 20, but we don't want that. We want it 11 to 23, so we need to increase this a little bit. Oops. 1, 2, 3. So it's actually 11 to 23 for the second tone break. Now we're going to go over to the third one. The third one is your nickel range, and that should only be 24 to 27. So we need to lower this down. So now our tone break 3 is from 24 to 27. Now we're going to go over to the fourth one. That should be 28 to 37. So we need to lower this one down a little bit. And then our tone break number 5 is going to be from 38 to 50, which is fine. And the second one is going to be our last tone break is going to be from 50 to 60. Obviously, you can't change that one, so it goes back to the beginning. So now you've set up your tone breaks. You are good to go. Just rehash this again. Your first tone break is 1 to 10. Your second one is from 11 to 23. Your third one, a real small one, is going to be from 24 to 27 for nickels. Your next one, tone break number 4, is your junk range. That is from 28 to 37. Your next range is going to be from 38 to 50. That has coins in it. And then your last one is 50 to 60, but you can't really mess with it. And that's going to be your real good coins. So there you have it. That's the settings for the tone breaks. Now we're going to go into the frequency of each of these tone breaks. So remember, you have 6 tone breaks. You're going to have 6 different ways to configure the pitch of the sound of each of these tone breaks. So let's do that next. So we're going to hit the pinpoint button once to drop us back into this menu, and we're going to go over backwards 1. This is going to be where you change the pitch or the frequency of each of the tone breaks, all right? Go up. So now the first tone break, I have it set at 1 for a low grunt, all right? So it's not going to sound very good at all when you hear iron and things like that, so you'll know for sure it's not a coin. Even tone break number 2, right now I have it set at 7. We want to lower that to 3. You can hear the tone changing as I lower it, because we don't want to hear that range either. Most of that stuff that's in that range from 11 to 23 is going to be junk targets anyway, not coins. But the third tone break, we want to raise that up to 25. Now you can already hear it. It's going to ring really cool when it gets to it, and you hear a nickel. You're going to know it's a nickel. Now, tone break number 4, we're going to lower that again to 4, because that also is one of your well, actually we're going to change to 5. That is it's a low grunt, but it's going to indicate, it's a junk range. But for tone break 5, we're going to raise that up to 30. The same for 50 to 60. So anytime you hear anything from tone break 5 that starts at 38 and goes all the way through tone break 6 and ends at 60, it's going to have a real fluty high sound. So that's how you set that up for the tone frequency or the tone pitch. Now we need to set the tone volume. So we're going to go back. We're going to hit the pinpoint button once, get out of that, go back 1 to the volume, go up, and again, our tone break number 1 has a volume set at 4, but we want to change that to 1. Don't even want to really hear that. Same thing goes for tone break number 2. It's set at 10, but we want to drop that all the way down to 2. You can change these to whatever you want them to be, but the ones that matter the most is tone break 3, which you want it to be as loud as possible, so you want to make that a 10. Your tone break 4 is your other junk target. We're going to lower that down to, I think I have it at 3. And then obviously 5 and 6 are going to be 10, both 10s. All right? So that is it, folks. That is how you set up the coin program. And let's just I'll run some coins over. I have a few coins laying here. I think I can share with you and what they sound like. I thought I had some silver coins laying around. Oh, I do over here. So we'll get some silver coins out. Just a couple examples. I'm not going to run this video too long. I got a Merc dime. I got a seeded dime. I got a Buffalo nickel. I got a quarter, a memorial penny. Let's see, what else do I have in here? I have a big old $50, and I think I have a shield nickel or something in here. Anyway, just to give you an idea what these are going to sound like. So just a normal clad quarter. Here you go. Let's just get out of this real quick. I'll go back to settings. Normal clad quarter. I have no watch on, by the way. Very fluty, very loud. Penny. Same thing. A Kennedy $50, 1964. Sounds good. A dime. Merc dime. Sounds pretty good. Now, what you could do, if you don't want everything to sound the same in those last two breaks, tone breaks, you can go in here and you can go up, and what you could do, and I could do it right now for you, is change your tone break number 5. Instead of being 30, drop that down to 25. And that'll give it a little different tone to it. So when you get something like a dime, silver dime's gonna sound like that, but a Kennedy $50 is gonna be a little higher pitch. So it's just something to think about. Here is a Buffalo nickel. So yeah, what else do I have to show you? I think that is pretty much it. I mean, all your coins are going to ring up this way, depending on how you set your tone pitch, but it's really, really easy to do these coin setups. So I hope that helps you out. I hope that is exactly what you're looking for in this video. I know I had a lot of people asking me to do this video, and so I decided to do it one more time. I don't think there's going to be another update for the Legend, so this might be it. It's a very, very good machine, very powerful machine for the price. It's a killer price point. It's got a couple really nice coils that go with it. So if you're looking for this machine, head on over to my buddies over at Fort Bedford Metal Detectors. They'll get you one of these machines in a heartbeat. So they're really good guys over there. They'll take care of you. And if you want to do more of this kind of stuff and have more conversations about the Legend and the different setups and stuff like that, you can join me on Patreon, or you can join me over on YouTube memberships where you get to see my content early. You do as well over on Patreon. And I have a new feature out there. It's called Ask Me. I put it in my videos now in case you want to have a one-on-one conversation to ask me some, about settings and things. I can provide you a written answer, spelling it all out for you. So we're trying that out as well. So check that out. The link is in the video description as well as on the screen right now. But yeah, I'm just trying it out, see if I like that format or not. We'll have to wait and see. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in another Mental Metal video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Mental Metal channel. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.